Hello, hello, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to Thursday's Joy House Tea Party. This is tea party number 38. And happy Thursday, everyone. Hope you're ready for a tea party. I am. It is indeed tea time. And not only is it tea time, it is time to party, 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 party. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming. Um, there it is. Thank you so much for coming. All right. To get us started, real quick, first thing I like to always do whenever we come together in the Joyful House, you can see my little friend sitting here. I'm waiting to show y'all if you haven't already seen it over at the Crafts of the Heart video. But anyway, so she's got her nose. She's ready to say hello. But anyway, one thing we like to do whenever we come together here in the Joyful House is indeed fill our joy tanks with joy. So if you will, join me as we express our joy. All right. I hope everyone is feeling joyful, and I hope that while you are here tonight that you find some joy and take it with you and share it with all those that you meet. It's just life is just better when we just simply find our joy and live our joy. So let's see who's here in the Joyful House. Heading on over to the front door and welcoming in. Hello, sweet Jen. She says, I may not be here till late. If I can make it at all, love you. Well, hope whatever you're doing, be safe and hope you're having fun. And we have an eagle that has landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Margie. Welcome in, Margie. So good to see you. Sorry I did not make it to your house this afternoon. I was taking a bath and a shower, so washing my hair. So look, I've got some nice fluffy clean hair for y'all. I smell good. But I will catch that replay, Margie, because I got lots of crocheting to catch up on. So hello, Angela. Welcome back to the Joyful House. She was over there with me at the watch party. She says, hi, Cynthia and everyone in the chat. How are you doing today? She's doing fine, drinking water, and she is having trouble with the triangles. Oh, no. Oh, no. She is making triangles. It is her Craft of the Heart project. You can see that on Wednesdays when that video airs. And she is making a blanket out of it. Oh, my goodness. Well, I hope whatever is causing you distress or whatever, Angela, I hope you can get it figured out, love. If not, always try to ask one of us. Maybe we can help in some way. Thank you guys so much for greeting each other and loving on each other. I appreciate that. Hello, Miss Cate. Welcome back. Cate was over at the watch party as well. Had a great time over there. Always good to see you, Miss Cate. And again, thank you guys so much for loving on each other. And we have another eagle that has landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Wanda. Welcome in, Wanda. So good to see you. If you're new here, just so that you're in the loop, an eagle is someone that is a part of I have 4 tiers on my paid memberships, and they are the upper 2 tiers. And it's just a little shout out that we do for them as part of their perk for those levels. And Miss Wanda says, hello and nugs, everyone. Finally making it on time to alive this week. And that is not entirely her fault, as you may or may not know. As you can see, I have moved everything up a little bit to get us started a little earlier, so we finish a little earlier as well. So everyone is adjusting to a new schedule after us coming off of a week and a half vacation. So show yourself some grace. So it's going to take a minute for it all to sink in. But just a reminder, number one, if you are new here, because we do have new Joy family, and we're going to shout them out as well in a minute, nugs. Don't let nugs scare you. Nugs is just a great big hug around the neck, and that's how we roll here. We like to give out nugs, hugs, and love and joy. Also, on the community post, if you are new to my family, and even if you're not new, just a reminder, that is the place to be. That is the hub, I think, sometimes of the channel. It always lets you know what is going on. And every Monday and Friday, a post will go out letting you know what the week events are. That will be anything happening in the Joyful House between Monday and Thursday. And then one goes out on Friday morning for anything happening on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That is where you can find out where you need to be if you want to come join us here. And usually there's a link unless it's something happening in my private Zoom room. Otherwise, I always put the video uploads and the live links right there in that post. So the only time a post may not be on that, or an event may not be on that, would be, for example, the traveling box of joy. And I'm going to end that there because we're going to talk about that in a minute when we spill the tea. All right. Again, thank you guys so much for coming in and loving on each other. We have another eagle that has landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Kim. Welcome in, Kim. So good to see you. And she says, howdy, friends. So hello to you, Kim. Good to see you. Oh, you guys. For the Joy team, I know they know because I've had to cancel a lot this week. But, oh, my goodness, I was really down and out sick for 6.5, almost 7 days. It is so great to be feeling good again. Not to mention, I'm ready to crochet. I have not crocheted except for just a small little window for about 2 weeks now. So I am ready to crochet all weekend. All right. Hello, Dawn P. Welcome in. And she says, hello, beautiful people. Hello, Dawn. So good to see you. Again, look at all this love in the chat. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. I know, Dawn, me too. I opted to take a shower and I took way longer than I expected. Thank you, Wanda. Look at all this love. Hello, Miss Terry. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Joyful House. Thank you, Miss Margie. Look at all this love. I love it, you guys. Thank you so much for loving on each other. This is what I miss during vacation time. Hello, Miss Suzanne. Welcome back to the Joyful House. She was also over there partying with us at the watch party. You guys, it's so surreal that we're about to end Call the Midwife. Oh my goodness. Next week, it's all done. All done. But yes, during that week off, I missed this right here. Just watching you guys love on one another. It doesn't get any better than this. Going to watch on the TV, so won't be able to chat. Nugs. Well, nugs to you. And oh my gosh, the TV. Everything is bigger and bolder. Glad you're here though, Kim. And right, thank you so much. See, this is what I live for. Right there, Miss Terry. That kind of love, that kind of grace, that kind of support and friendship. She says, Angela, congratulations on sticking with the triangles. Thank you so much for that, Miss Terry. You are just an amazing, beautiful human being. All right, with that, I am at the bottom of the chat. So you guys, please drop some emojis for me so I can navigate and find my way back. We're going to head over to the party room and we're going to get this party started. with some birthday celebrations. We have some birthdays that took place last week while we were on vacation. So, and if you're new here, the first full week of every month, it's something I just started about 4 months ago. I take off and I use that time to just kind of relax a little bit and also get ready for the month, because here in the Joyful House used to be something happened every day, but now it only happens on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and Sundays. So only a little break. So I take the first week off and hopefully encourage you guys to do the same and take a little bit of a deep breath. But the birthdays that we had last week while we were on vacation was Margaret from Native Win, Elijah, which is Tiffany's son, and our lovely Angela Wright. So happy birthday to them. This week here in the Joyful House, we have Mary Lycon from Proud Grammy Crochet. We've got Nana Michelle, VJ Crochet. I wasn't ready for you to go away. I believe, oh no, I think VJ's was yesterday. I think it was maybe yesterday. And then my birthday is tomorrow. And hello, how rude. And Miss Gloria is Saturday, and Gina Ingram is this Sunday. So you guys join me as we sing happy birthday to our birthday family. Here we go. And happy birthday to all of them. Hope they had a wonderful day. Hope they've had a wonderful week, and hope they have a wonderful year. All right, we have several anniversaries that I would like to shout out. Here in the Joyful House, celebrating their Joy Team. And if you're new, that's our paid members. We've got a Joy Team member that is celebrating not one, not two, not even three, but their 4-year anniversary. So if you will, join me as we celebrate and shout out Miss Margie for that 4-year milestone of being on the Joy Team. Thank you so much, Miss Margie. All right, then we have a Joy Team member that is celebrating their 3-year anniversary. So if you will, help me in shouting out Trayvon, as he is celebrating 3 years of being on the Joy Team. And I'm just so proud of him. He is a year younger than my youngest son, Andrew. They've been best friends since, oh my gosh, they were in the 4th grade. I always try to say 2nd grade, trying to get that 3 down, sorry. And they are now 26 and 27. But Trayvon's got a birthday coming up next week. So we'll be celebrating him again next week. But we have one more Joy Team member that is celebrating an anniversary milestone. And I want to give a shout out. They are celebrating their 1-year anniversary. And I want to give a great big hug around the neck to Miss Suzanne for her 1-year milestone. Suzanne, thank you so much for the love and the support that you give not only to the Joyful House, but to the Joy Team as well. And I just want to shout out, while I've got Miss Suzanne on the spotlight, that she is also the contributor of our Real Delight on Friday night movie feature for this coming month of August. We're going to share that in just a moment. But, well, you know what? I'll just do it right now. Our August Real Delight on Friday night movies is going to be the Lego movies. It is going to be the Batman movie and the Ninjago movie. So hope you'll come join us for that double feature. That will be happening, and there will be stuff all over the community post reminding you about this and signing up. But that will be Friday, August the 14th is when we'll be watching those. So there won't be a movie night, but Friday, August the 14th is when we will watch those. And then that following Sunday on the 16th will be our August Reel It In Sunday movie, and we will be watching I Can Only Imagine. So if you are interested in coming to the Lego movie or the I Can Only Imagine movie, all you have to do is send me an email requesting the links, and they will go out to you at 11 a.m. on the day of the movie. All right. So happy anniversary to Margie and to Trayvon and to Suzanne. We have some new Joy family. So if you will, help me celebrate those that decided to hit that subscribe button and join the Joy family. We have Lucy Sabalos, and then we have Charlotte Brown, and I want to thank Bridget for that. Charlotte said that she came over as a request of Bridget. She's part of Bridget's family, so thank you for that, and welcome in, Charlotte. And we also have Paul McCartney Music. We also have Michelle Taylor, and we have Subby and Katrina's Yarn Haven. And last but definitely not least, we have Annette with Tangled in Yarn. Love, love, love that name, Tangled in Yarn. No greater joy than that right there. All right, if you will, join me in celebrating our new Joy family. All right, we have some new Joy Team members that I would like to shout out. We have gifted by Stephanie, Miss Roseanne Alexander. Welcome in, Roseanne. Thank you, Stephanie. And then also gifted by Candi, we have Serena Headley. Welcome in, Serena, and thank you, Candi. And then gifted by Miss Margie, we have Christy with Divergent Crafter, Cate from Cate, The Greatest Adventures Today, and Christine Crochets a Lot, Amber Byers, and Sarah Nicole. So welcome in, Christy, Cate, Christine, Amber, and Sarah. Thank you, Miss Margie. So if you will, help me welcome in these new Joy Team members. It is great to have them here with us and as a part of the team. Hope they will choose to stay on their own, but if not, I hope they'll enjoy their time with us with the gifted membership. And so let's welcome them in. And then I want to say an extra big thank you to Stephanie and to Candi and Margie for those gifted memberships. And the last group that I want to recognize, love on, and say thank you to is you, all of you, because the Joyful House would not be what it is without you. So thank you so much for being a big part of the Joyful family, and this is for you. Okay, it is time, especially since your girl here is getting thirsty. Oh, let me get to the right place. It is time for the tea. Let's bring on the tea. So, this is the mug I'm using tonight. Nothing special, just a very what do you call that? Where it kind of like transcends into the different colors. Cascade. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, let me get the water in here. Next week, I have a really special tea to share with you guys. So, hope you'll be able to come on over and see what that's all about. Tonight, I'm drinking a Twinings. No affiliation to them, no shout out, just this is what I'm drinking. This is from my sister Angel. It is a Lady Grey, and it is it's decaffeinated, which is my favorite, but its flavor is a blend of bergamot and lemon. So excited about that. But it's decaffeinated black tea with orange peel, lemon peel, and it has a natural citrus flavor with some other natural flavors. So let's get that seeping. And then we're going to head back over to the chat a minute. And I hope if someone came to the door, you let them in and loved on them and greeted them, which I'm sure you did. I'm going to put this back over here out the way for a moment and just let that do its thing. And I'm going to look for those wonderful emojis that y'all dropped. And there they are. Thank you so much, Dawn. It's funny how they put them in writing on StreamYard, but in picture form on YouTube. Thank you, Miss Cate, and thank you, Angela. Hello, Mateo. Welcome in. Welcome to the Joyful House. Again, thank you guys so much for the way you take care of one another and love on each other. And thank you also for celebrating all those that were celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. Thank you so much, Miss Terry. I appreciate that. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Terry. With a special happy birthday. Thank you so much, Dawn. I appreciate that. Thank you, Suzanne. Again, thank you for this love, this outpour of love that you are just giving to each other. You guys, we never know. We never know what each other's going through. So thank you so much for the love that you share here. If nothing more, I hope that people come in and they just feel the love. And that indeed will ensure that they leave with lots of joy. Look at all this love. Miss Suzanne says, thank you. Thank you, Cate, for welcoming Margie. Thank you for welcoming all of our new Joy family. Look at that. So much love right there. There's no way we can't feel good, right? Look at that. You guys are amazing. Yes, Dawn. I was going to ask that later, but that is fine. I'm glad you brought it up now. You guys, what are you? What are you? Tell me what you are in the chat. And if you're new here, just listen a moment and you'll know what to say. Hello, LaTanya. Welcome back. Nugs. Hope you are doing well. Hope you enjoyed your time off and away from the Joyful House. I'm glad that we're all back. I really do. I miss you guys. Even though I get lots done, I miss you a lot during that time. We have another eagle that has landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Tiffany. Welcome in, Tiffany. Tiffany, we sang happy birthday to Elijah a few minutes ago. I love it. I love it. Even Nightbot, look at that. Even Nightbot is loving on everyone. That's right, Margie. You are beautiful. You are. And so am I. Yes, yes. What was the name of the tea flavor again? Let me grab it. It is Twinings. It's the Lady Grey. And it's got the blend of bergamot and lemon flavor. And I'm probably not even pronouncing that right. But it's got orange peel and lemon peel in it. Now I'm going to let that seep a minute, and then I'm going to add a little bit of ice to it and have a little bit of iced tea tonight. I'm a little bit parched today, so I'm going to enjoy it cold. Look at this love, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dawn, for sharing that. Yes, you are, Angela. You are very, very beautiful. I know, right, Tiffany? I miss everybody. We are, Suzanne. Thank you guys so much. If nothing more, if you came in just having a really hard day, I hope that you definitely leave feeling a little bit lighter than what you came in. All right. If someone will drop me some emojis, we are going to jump in to spilling some tea. It is time to get ready to spill some tea. All right. I am going to drop in the chat the poll for tonight, so you guys can go ahead and start voting on that if you have not done it over on the community post already. And even if you have, you can go ahead and do it in the chat. Maybe you're changing your answer. Maybe you're sticking with the same answer. But we will take a look at all of that more in a moment. So since it is time to spill the tea, let me dunk this tea bag a little bit more, and then I'm going to remove it, add a little bit of ice, and have some tea while we chat. I push my little ice machine far away, so let's see if I can actually get any ice out of here. Stretch, Cynthia, stretch. Looks like I need to add some more water. My ice is getting down. Alrighty, I think that's probably all I'm going to be able to get with my little short arms for now. Maybe one more scoop of ice. Okay. Let me know what you are drinking at our tea party. Here we go. Wow. I like that. Definitely taste the lemon over the orange, but it is really good and cold. It's 100. Well, it's dropped a little bit. It was 105, but it's now 102 outside. Whew. Definitely need it cold today. All right. Thank you for the emojis. Dawn, Margie, Cate, and Angela found my way right where I needed to be. Tiffany says, oh, thank you. He had a great birthday. It was super quiet, just the three of us, and we just hung out, watched a movie, ate pizza for dinner, and opened his gifts. Just perfect for us. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, first bit of spilling the tea. Just a reminder that tomorrow, being July 17th, the Traveling Box of Joy will be leaving the Joyful House. And you will soon, sometime, maybe next week, find out where it went. or where it's going, where it is, and who has it and their time with it. I will try to keep you up on that, but you will be able to see that as an uploaded video on the channel, but also the day that it goes out, I will also drop the video link itself in on the community post, so you'll have ample opportunity to find it easily. But it's that time, you guys. It's happening. The Traveling Box of Joy will be heading out for 2026, so I'm excited, very, very excited for it. Okay. Lovely. Margie says she's going to try a Twinings lemon and ginger tea, herbal tea. So lemon and lemon. Love it, Miss Margie. I keep this up, I'm going to have to make another cup of tea before the tea party's over. Okay. Want to remind all of those that are participating with Crafts of the Heart, pictures need to be in by 12 o'clock noon every Monday if you want it to go out in Wednesday's video. If you are not a part of Crafts of the Heart, I do encourage you to come join us. This is just where you start a project and you share the progress of it with us as you make it. You work on it anywhere from as little as 15 minutes a week to 2 hours, but no less, no more than that. It's just a time to just set aside and say, I'm important and I'm worth it, and work on something that just fills your heart with joy. So if you are not a part of the Craft of the Heart, when you get ready to start your next project, I hope you'll come be a part of that with us and let us also enjoy the process and the progress of your project week to week. Now, it is not something you just sit down and do from start to finish. It is something, again, that you only work on for a short amount of time every week. Put it aside and then come back to it the next week until you have it finished. So hope you'll come be a part of that. If you've not seen in the chat, I've had several polls out there. I gave the poll to Just the Eagles. I gave it to the Joy team, and I also then gave it to the entire Joy family and allowed all 3 groups to vote on a question for what will be the upcoming new version of Craft Table Talks. And it was, when I go to release a tutorial, it will all be uploaded at one time, regardless of how it is dispersed to the channel. So in other words, every tutorial video, editing, all of that project, all of that will be done before it ever shows face on the channel. The question was, do you prefer it? Because almost every tutorial out there across YouTube, regardless whether it's crafting, gardening, mechanics, whatever, most of the time it's a one and done thing. They show you exactly how to do a specific thing all in one video. And so that was the first question. Would you like for my tutorials that I'm going to be uploading to be a one and done, regardless of if it's a 15-minute video or a 3-hour video? Do you want it all there in just one video? The second question was, or would you prefer about 20 to 30 minutes over about anywhere from a 2 to 5 week period? Now, each tutorial will have its own place on a playlist. So in other words, for example, the first one that I am working on to bring out to the channel, I don't know if you remember because it's been 2 years ago, but I designed a blanket called Butterfly Dreams Baby Blanket. And I used the Butterfly Dreams yarn from Hobie, hence how it got its name. And I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so that will be the first tutorial. So you can have either the whole thing as a one and done, or it can be, like I said, broke up for 20, 30 minutes, and then 20, 30 minutes for however many weeks it takes. But then that entire project will be in a playlist all of its own. So if you're like, oh, I want to go make Cynthia's Lullaby Dreams baby blanket, all you have to do is go find it on the playlist, and every video would be in there. Now, if it is just a one and done video, then there'll be one playlist, and it will be Crafts of the Heart Revised or something like that. And every tutorial will be under there if it's just a one and done video. So I put those polls out on the community post. So basically, we've got 100% from the Eagles, 100% from the Joy team, and 100% from the Joy family. So if you add all that together, we're looking at it from not 100%, but a 300%. I totaled the tally marks, and all of this has been out for about 2 weeks now. Over that 2 weeks, this was the results to date. From the Eagles, 25% said they wanted a one and done video. 75% said they would like it broke up over the weeks so that they could do a small portion, and then when it was done, they could then refresh and go to a new video. They wouldn't have to keep rewinding and going back through a long video. When I put the poll out for the Joy team, the results were, hello, sweet Bridget. Welcome in, my sweet sister. So good to see you. Happy Thursday. Feeling much better, and I got our little situation resolved yesterday. I figured it out, but I don't know if you saw, I went and put a comment on your video. The Joy team results were 18% said they wanted it as a one and done video. 82% said they wanted it broke up weekly. The Joy family, that's all of you, said 52% said they wanted it one and done, and 48% said they wanted it broke up weekly. When I added the three together, and remember, we're doing it from a 300% instead of 100%, 95% said they wanted it as a one and done video, and 205% said they wanted it weekly. So I'm going to take those results and honor them. I've had several people ask me what I wanted, and it doesn't matter what I want, because all that matters to me is that when they go live to you, they're done. Won't be like this whole Stranger Things blanket, you know, it'll be done. So you won't have to wait for anything. And so we're going to give it a try. I don't know when it'll start. It'll probably be sometime in August. But I will remind you more. So moving on. Let's move over to our poll for our tea party. So it is in the chat. If you've not had a chance to vote, go ahead and vote real quick. But let me pull that up here. And the question was, when I was a missionary in Savannah, Georgia, this was in the early 1990s, which animal did I help rescue? 14% of you said it was an alligator. And there are lots of alligators in Savannah, Georgia, especially down near the wild, what do they call them? Wildlife refugee areas that are designated, but there's a lot of alligators down there because there's a lot of swamp down in there too. Thank you guys so much for loving on Bridget. Hello, Taffy. Welcome in. She says, I see, I was so happy to be able to comment again. Yes, you guys, I couldn't comment on videos. It was frustrating. I spent 4 hours yesterday getting that taken care of with YouTube. Hello, Taffy. She says, I'm standing. So good to see you guys. Hello, everyone in chat. Hello, Taffy. We have missed you so much. Thank you guys so much. Hello, Miss Doris. Welcome in. So good to see you. Okay, 36% said it was the American white ibis bird, and love those birds. They're a lot, they look a lot like a stork. They stand, I meant to get a picture, but there is a picture of them on the pole on the community post. But they stand on these long, tall legs, and they're found more in the swampy areas of the outskirts of South Carolina and Savannah. There's a line there that runs through, and I can't remember the name of that town right now. I think it starts with an H, but that separates Savannah and or Georgia and South Carolina. But anyway, 33% of you said that. Nobody said on the poll in the chat. It was 0% for the North Atlantic right whale. And then 53% of you said the red-eared slider turtle. So let me share screen here. And we're going to go over to the poll in the chat. I knew there was something I forgot to set up, and that was to already have it set up for sharing screen. But here we go. That didn't take too long. And as you can see, 6% of you said the alligator, 18%. There you go. You can see the picture there. Of course, the legs are in the water, but they stand a lot like a stork or a pelican. And then they've got that beak kind of like a pelican, but that is an ibis. %12 of you said the North Atlantic right whale. And 65% of you said a red-eared slider turtle. I do have to tell you that I did rescue a turtle once in my life. I was a lot younger. I was probably not a lot younger. I was just a couple years younger. But I was probably about 20. I would think I was 20. When I saved that turtle, and I was at a Christian camp when I saved it, but it was dying, and so I was able to get it to the camp director, and they were able to get it to a actual wildlife refuge center in Tennessee. We were in South Carolina, and North Carolina. They were able to get it to somewhere in North Carolina. But I don't know if it lived or not. I've shared with you before that we rescued 2 raccoons at Camp La Vida when I was a camp counselor there, and we named them Jack and Diane. So I've had my share of being able to help rescue things. I'm going to show you a video in just a minute of my little Andrew and we rescued a baby bird that fell out of a nest here, and the mother bird would not help it. It was almost like we felt like in the end that the mother bird actually pushed it out of the nest, but we were able to love on it and nurture it. And eventually the Boy Scouts took that bird in and finished nurturing that bird, and the bird did live and was able to fly off eventually. So that was a really proud moment. And all of those Boy Scouts, including my Andrew and Jonathan, got badges for that. But I'll share that a little video of that in a moment. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hey, Samantha, I'm so glad you're here. I couldn't remember if you would be at camp yet or not. So I'm glad you're here because we're going to open your cards in a moment. Okay. If you're ready, I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. But the correct answer is it was the North Atlantic right whale is what I got to rescue. So I was working out of Savannah, Georgia as a missionary, and I didn't have a lot of free time, but sometimes in my free time, I would help with the Seamen's ministry there, because another set of missionaries that was living in the same apartment building that I was living in at the Savannah Baptist Center Church, they were working in the Seamen's ministry. And so I would go out with them a lot to Tybee Island, which many of you are familiar with Tybee Island, Georgia, and Tybee Island Beach. But anyway, I'd go out to Tybee Island with them and help with the Seamen's ministry. But because I ran such a heavy schedule working with the youth and young adults, the Savannah Baptist Center decided that they would allow me one day off because I literally worked 7 days straight. And I was young, I could handle it. But mentally, especially since I led 3 Bible studies and there was always lots of preparation for that, they allowed me to have a day of downtime. And so usually I'd go out to Tybee Island and I would spend the day at the beach swimming. And then there's a little church there called Chapel by the Sea. And when I was back at Camp La Vida, where we rescued the raccoons, every summer, because our camp director, that's the church that her parents went to, we would always come, all the counselors, and we would sing. We'd spend a weekend at Tybee Island and sing to the Chapel by the Sea church family. So I would go and change clothes from the beach, and then I would attend their Wednesday night church services. Well, this particular night, it was a Wednesday night after church was over. Of course, it was summertime, so there was the time change difference. So when church was over, I decided to go sit out on the beach and just kind of have some quiet time. And so I was sitting out there with my Bible, and it was starting to get dark. And I was sitting in a particular area that was not like right where Chapel by the Sea was, which Chapel by the Sea was kind of like about a block over from the beach. But and my car was over at Chapel by the Sea. But I put my Bible in my little backpack that I had, and I started walking back. And when I did, it started getting dark, and it was really hard to see because I was just taking my time. There was a gorgeous sunset that night. I'll never forget. I could just see God's hand in so much that night. The most beautiful sunset I'd ever seen. And so I ended up lingering longer than I probably should have, but I'm glad I did because I would have missed this whole thing. And who knows how it would have turned out. But anyway, I opened my eyes and started walking back again. And as I got further to where I needed to be to curve off to go back to Chapel by the Sea, there was this massive mass. And I could not tell what it was because it was dark on dark. And I didn't expect to be out there after dark. So I didn't have a flashlight or anything. And, that was a point in time where, cell phones were kind of like, still a new thing, and didn't have a cell phone. Anyway, I was kind of scared. I didn't know what it was. But as I got closer and I realized what it was a beached whale. And I've told this story actually at least 2 times before on the channel, so I won't go into great detail since I have told it before. But just in case you've never heard it, it was indeed a whale. It was a mama whale, and apparently she had given birth to a baby whale because the vet guy from the rescue, whatever that was there, could tell that she had given birth. And no doubt because of just, I don't know, I guess just his knowledge of the birth and what was still present that shouldn't be present or whatever, it more than likely was a stillborn baby. And so what happened is the mama had beached herself and separated herself from the pod because they travel in pods. As you can see, there's 2 there, but they travel in pods, great big pods. But she had beached herself out of depression and was trying to die, which just, I get so tickled when I hear that penguins mate for life, but then to feel that bond between mother and child, and even in a whale, and how deeply she felt and how much she grieved, it just, again, to me, just testifies the beauty of what God has created in the world. But she had beached herself. So they did what they needed to do. And the next day I went back out there after I finished all my, job duties at the church, at the Baptist Center. And I got to be a part for the next 3.5 days after that to be a part. They had her in a huge, massive tarp so on this big fishing boat, it was a barge really, but they had this extended, like really thick metal pole that extended out. So it is something, it's a type of boat that they use whenever they are tagging sea animals or taking care of them, as they were in this case. We nicknamed her Maggie. So she was Maggie the whale. And anyway, but they had Maggie in this big harpoon thing. And the reason they had her in there for so many days is for two reasons. One, even though they were saving her and keeping her in the water and keeping her well hydrated, she was refusing to eat. She was really battling this depression really hard. But then also they were waiting for the next pod to migrate through to try and incorporate her in that pod. So they did tag her so that they could monitor her, make sure she didn't, separate from that pod and beach again and all that. But anyway, long story short, 2 years after I left Savannah, one of the directors from the Baptist Center reached out to me and let me know that Will was the name of the guy that was in charge of all of this expedition and this rescuing of Maggie. And they let me know that Maggie did stay with the pod and she was thriving and doing well. And Maggie actually gave birth to another baby. So that was exciting. So anyway, what an exciting time. My other missionary friends, on the day before they were releasing Maggie into that pod, they allowed us to get in the water, and because by then they felt she was calm and wasn't as agitated and whatnot, and her mannerisms and behavior were hard to tell when she was there the first couple days in that deep depression. But anyway, we got to get in and we got to swim around her, and so it was. I still feel some of those emotions. It was so surreal because she was massive. I mean, even when you're in the water, like she's like way above you, even though she's in this harpoony thing, they're like the whole upper part of her. And even just, when we're on the barge and being able to look down into the blowhole and all, y'all, it just was the most, like, it's something I wish my kids could experience. These are the kind of experiences and adventures that I would love for Todd and my boys to have been a part of. But I'm grateful that I got to be a part of it. But we were in the water, and as I rounded around, I was first. I was by Will because, after all, I was the one who found Maggie. So I was by Will. So it was Will, me, and then my friends. As we started moving around Maggie, now he told us, not to get like right up to her mouth area because, again, you have to take precautions. You just don't know. I mean, it's like with us, when we get depressed and aggravated and agitated, sometimes we do things that we wouldn't normally do. He wanted us to be careful because she was massive and she could easily, inadvertently, unexpectedly move in a way that could be a catastrophe. And so anyway, not just like eating us or something, but I'm talking about just even moving that weight of her. But anyway, we got near her eye. And you guys, when I looked in her eye, at first I could feel the sadness. But then she kind of like flicked her eye. And when she did, it's like it went away. And it was like this big, just forever long hole, and it scared me. It frightened me. And when I kind of let out a little bit of a, like that, and whatnot, and she could feel it. Animals can sense. They have such an innate instinct. They can sense your fear and stuff. And so she started moving about. And so they had to quickly get us out of the water. And my friends were so mad at me because they wanted so much more time with Maggie. But oh my gosh, what a great time. Even if I ruined it. But yeah, that was a fun experience. That's a memory that I have cherished for quite some time now, because that happened in 1993. So that's over 20 years ago. Boy, I'm getting old. But anyway, all right, let me head back over to the chat. But thank you again. I appreciate you guys participating in these polls. And going out tonight is a poll for next week. And oh, it was right there. I took it down because I didn't want to reveal anything else, but But this is the poll. It'll go out tonight for next Thursday. And it is, what was my college major? I attended Winthrop University and Charleston Southern University. I went to Charleston after I had left Winthrop and finished at Winthrop. I went to Winthrop for 4 years. After I left Winthrop, I then went on that missionary experience to Savannah, Georgia. I was there for about 3.5 years. And then I spent about a year in Kingstree, South Carolina, which is near Florence. And then not long after that, I went to be a kindergarten teacher in Columbia, South Carolina. And I was there for 2 years. And then after that, I got married, and I decided to go back to Charleston Southern to advance my degree that I was studying, and ended up finding out 3/4 of the way into the semester that I was pregnant. And oh my gosh, it got to a point, it was very, very uncomfortable to sit in those little tiny desks, the kind like you sit in elementary school. And it got to a point I couldn't even slide in anymore. I would turn around, I'd be sitting there in my big belly, and these young college students that were really, really young. But anyway, because I was 27 at the time. And when I left college, when I left Winthrop, I was 23. I was just celebrating that summer after graduation, my 23rd birthday. But anyway, yeah. So exciting times, but my 22nd birthday. But is it nursing, elementary education, psychology, or music? So those are your selections for next year's poll. So you'll want to make sure you head over there and answer that. And I just realized something I forgot to do that I always enjoy doing. And I usually do it before we go through the poll, but I love reading your answers. And Dawn says, we adopted our precious dog from a rescue. She was I'm probably going to mispronounce this, a Bazinji. I know that's wrong. And a beautiful girl. She was definitely hubby's dog, as she stayed by his side and protected him even when the physical therapist tried to work on him. She was 5 years old when she saved us and lived until she was 12. We miss her so much, and she still lives in our hearts. I love the way she said that their dog saved them. That's exactly what Todd and I feel about Sadie. Sadie is a rescue, and that's how we feel about her. Thank you, Dawn. Margie says, one of my dogs was rescued from the local Humane Society, and both of my parents' dogs were also rescued from the local Humane Society. I chose the turtle as the animal you helped to rescue, but I believe you would help any animal if you had the chance. 100, Miss Marjorie. You are so correct. 100. I would save any animal if I could. Thank you so much, Miss Margie, for sharing. Zach said, I would say turtle because I like turtles, and that is one of my favorites. Love it, Zach. I love turtles. I love turtles. Tiffany said, a few years ago, I saw a little baby bird that may have fallen out of its nest, hopping around in the grass outside my house. There were quite a few cats in the area, and all I wanted to do was protect it from them. I had called to see if there was anything I could do to help, and I was told to just leave it where it was, and one of its parents would probably, be able to coax it back to the nest. I never saw it again, but I've always hoped that it would make it back safely to its nest. Thank you, Tiffany, for sharing. Wanda says, does AJ count? Absolutely. Absolutely. She said, I adopted him from the SPAC in California at a truck stop. Isn't that amazing? I love that. Hard to believe that was 12.5 years ago. He is 13 human years old this month. Happy birthday, AJ. Thank you, Wanda. Candi says, I have not rescued an animal, but Donna, that was her sister, who is no longer here, rescued several kittens. Thank you so much, Candi, for sharing that special memory of Donna. Miss Terry says, stay tuned for the answer. And of course, y'all now know it. Thank you, Miss Terry. Jen says, I said the Ivies, but not sure why. Maybe because it's different. LOL. I don't think I've rescued animals because I tend to stay away from them. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Jen. Thank you guys so much for always participating in those polls. And again, you never know when you answer or respond to any post on the community post, if that will be a place where a giveaway will be taken from, or in a comment after a video or after a live. So I do have a little video that I want to share with you. I'm going to head over to the party room because that's where I have it. I forgot to stick it in the video room. I put them over in the party room, but that's all right. And this is little Andrew when we saved the little baby bird here. So fun memories. I'll have to share that with him and see if he remembers that. All right, let me head over to the chat a minute. All right. Miss Taffy says, hello, Cynthia and Todd. I don't see him. So could you pass the greeting on? I will, but he will be here in just a little bit because we've got some things to open up with you guys. And she says, thanks. I've been away as I've had health issues, but hey, they say my brain is okay. Bless your heart. I still have problems, but only when I'm standing. So good to see you. Hello, everyone in the chat. Well, we certainly understand that. And I myself, after just coming off of a 6.5 days straight of vertigo nonstop, I understand. I really do. But, you know, no two experiences are alike. So I don't even begin to pretend to know exactly what you're going through or understand. But I can tell you this, you are and will be in my prayers. Thank you for opening up and sharing that with us, Taffy. And again, thank you for coming by and stay, but allowing us the opportunity to love on you and remind you of all the love and joy and support here in the Joyful House. Again, thank you guys for loving on each other. I actually had already done that one. And Bridget says, Nugs, my friends, I'm going to be in the bushes today. I'm hurting really bad. Oh my gosh, my friend. So I'm a bit out of sorts today. My love to all. Well, definitely let us love on you. That is for sure. Hope you get to feeling better, my sweet, 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 sweet friend. Thank you, guys. So I had seen some of these because I know I welcome Miss Doris in. Taffy says, I can't see my messages. We are seeing them and everyone is greeting you. Oh, she says, oh, I can now. Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, let me keep moving because we've got more tea to spill. Look at that love. Awesome. Terry says, I got it wrong. Margie says, got it wrong on both polls. Suzanne says she guessed turtle. Well, you were half right, Suzanne. I did at one point in time rescue a turtle. Tiffany says, I got it wrong in both places. I said turtle in the post poll and ibis in the poll here. And it's funny because a lot of you that shared with me, it was just like everybody was just like not even on. But that's fine because the fun of this is to get to know me and allow me to get to know you, especially when you answer in the poll. So that's awesome. It was, Bridget. It was a lifetime experience. I will never forget it. But I am mad at myself for getting frightened. So But anyway, I don't know. Maybe it saved us from something else. Maybe we would have distressed her or something. So, everything happens for a reason. And I believe that. Hello to the beautiful Sonja. Welcome in. So good to see you. Got some things in just a moment to share from Sonja, where she chased her fun since the last time we were together. So we'll be sharing that very, very shortly. I'm trying to watch the time, y'all. I'm going to wrap this up or keep us moving. All right. It was, Doris. It was. So that's why it did not surprise me that, yeah, even Wells deal with postpartum depression. Yep. I would have never thought that in my lifetime I would have had that opportunity to help rescue that whale, but it was surreal. So thank you, Tiffany. She says that was a beautiful rescue story. I love Maggie. I know. I hope she continued to do well long after you last heard about her. Yes. So, and I'm glad she took to the pod. And that's one thing that Will did tell us is that whales, we should all be whales. That whales are very receptive to other whales that are not part of their initial pod. They take in each other very well. So Taffy says, I don't know if you remember the whale Kiko, but the city that Kiko was at, the aquarium, is just less than 100 miles from me. So I get to enjoy seeing. Oh, wow. I did not remember that, but that is exciting. Thank you for sharing that. Sonja says, Maybelline is our rescue and truly my best buddy. And you guys, you get to see Maybelline a lot in a lot of her pictures. And in Crafts of the Heart, in one of Sonja's pictures, Maybelline does make some appearances over there. So go back and look at this past Wednesday's video and you'll see Maybelline. But yes, thank you, Sonja, for sharing that. Hello, Miss Jen. Welcome in. Thank you guys for loving on her. Welcome back. Hope whatever you were having to do, you are okay and it was fun, and just glad to have you here. All right, I am trying to get down through the bottom of the chat because it's easier to keep up with it as we go than to try and do it all at the end. I love the way you guys just pour out this love. Love it. Sonja says, hi, Bridget. The pain levels are hard to deal with today. Oh, sounds like everyone's having kind of a hard day. All the more reason that I'm glad that I am finally feeling better and we could have our tea party tonight so that you guys could get all of this love and this joy, but mostly the love. We'll definitely be praying for all of y'all. Yes. Look at all that love. All right, let's see. Margie says, I still need to send you pictures for next week of me chasing my fun. Yes. I look forward to it and look forward to sharing it. All right. Hope you are feeling better, Cynthia. I am. I started feeling much better yesterday. I've only had 2, and I had no dizzy spells or vertigo yesterday, but I had 2 today. One at 2, and then one after I got out of the shower right before the watch party. But other than that, I'm doing great. I'm so grateful. I had PT to train my brain because of vertigo. Wow. I'm hoping mine, they took me off of a diuretic, or the diuretic that I was on, but we're hoping it was just dehydration. And I chose to do most of the treatment here at home because I don't like being anywhere else. I want to sleep in my bed. But if it had been severe, I wouldn't have had a choice. Taffy says, Cynthia, it is, thank you for correcting me. Coco. KK Coco. Thank you for correcting me, but it's spelled that way and they made a movie of it. Really? I'll have to look for that then. Keiko. Oh, Keiko is how you say it. Awesome. We'll have to look for that and make it a Real Delight on Friday night movie. Okay. I am at the bottom of the chat, you guys. If you can drop me some emojis, that will be helpful. Our next spill the tea is, let's do our joy word. Let's do our joy word. And our joy word for this week is energy. Energy. Now I'm going to tell y'all, I did come up with this word long before I got sick, but I'm going to tell you something. Energy is a gift to not take for granted, which I can tell many of you in the chat right now know exactly what I'm talking about, if not every single one of you. Not just because of health, but just the older we get, energy is truly a gift. And as you can see from that little picture there, energy does speak louder than words. Energy is the capacity to do work or produce change. It is to be mentally and physically active. It is a biological power derived from food that allows people and animals and plants to function, grow, and move. So what does energy mean here in the Joyful House? It means to conserve and direct your energy towards what brings you joy and purpose. It is to conserve and direct your energy toward what brings you joy and purpose. And let me head over here. Let's see. Did I close it? I think your silly girl closed it. Oh, wait. Is that it there? Oh, there it is. No, I did not. So I'm going to end the poll. I should have already done that. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pop up some energy in the chat. And let's do some membership gifting. Let's see who we got. Want to welcome in Elizabeth in crochet. Elizabeth Aaron in crochet, excuse me. Elizabeth Aaron crochet, I'm going to get it right. Mary King, Amy with crafting adventures, and what is that? Denisha Scott and Joe Just Joe. I love that. I love that channel name. Joe Just Joe. That'd be like Cynthia Just Cynthia. I love that, but it sounds better, Joe Just Joe. Well, Joe Just Joe, Joe, I love your channel name. All right. Oh, I missed what Margie said. The movie. Oh. Well, I know the Free Willy movies. Now, I had all of them on VHS, but I'll have to see. Maybe while I'm shopping for I Can Only Imagine 2, I can look and see if I can find the DVDs for Free Willy. I remember Free Willy. My boys grew up on Free Willy. We love Free Willy. I didn't realize that was the name of the whale. Oh my gosh, all of those movies are great. There's more than just one. So I think there's 1 and 2, if I'm correct. And there might even be a third one. But all right. And we're going to go ahead and give 5 more memberships. We'll be starting our next Mystery Make-Along on August the 10th. And this coming Monday, July 20th, which is my mom's birthday, she will be turning 80 years old on Monday. We will be sharing the showcase of the Joy Team's finished makes. So stay tuned for that. And next Thursday, I'll show mine in person, but I don't want to reveal anything until the showcase comes out on Monday. All right. Congratulations to Sarah Mahoney. And it looks like it's Dayru 4696. Crochet Me Pink. Oh my gosh, how exciting. Lana Nana Banana Crochet. And there should have been a fifth. Oh, there it is. Cami 231. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh my goodness, Wanda. Let me come over here to this one so I can highlight it. Thank you so much. Wanda also gifted, let's see, 5. Wait, nope, that's mine. Hang on. There's Wanda. We don't need to celebrate me. Thank you, Wanda. And Wanda brought in Poppy Love 3673. Granny D. Oh my goodness, how exciting. Okay. I'm gonna mess this up. I'm so sorry. As my friend, oh my goodness, her name just left my head, and I see her plain as day. As she always says, charge it to my head and not my heart. Melissa. Oh my gosh, Melissa. Zarat Abassam. Again, I apologize if I got that wrong. Rose Garland Creations. Love it. Love it. Oh, thank you, Sonja, for saying happy birthday to my mom. I appreciate that. And then Chris's Kaleidoscope. Thank you so much, Wanda. We'll celebrate all of this again at the very end, and we'll celebrate all of those that just came in. All right. And Miss Margie. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Miss Margie. Well, let's see who Miss Margie gifted memberships to. All right. Kiwi's Crochet Corner. Becca Bullard 8. Gwen Sorrells. Apologize if I mispronounced that. 1328. Bree's Little Yarny Corner. Our friend Bree. And then Growing What I Eat. Oh, love that. Well, thank you again, Wanda and Margie. And we will celebrate you guys also at the very end. All right. Jen is helping me out here. Oh, thank you, Taffy. She says, happy birthday to your mommy. Thank you so much. Jen says, Zara Tabassum. Thank you. Thank you so much for helping me with that. Hello, Miss Annette. Hello, Miss Annette. We celebrated you earlier. It is such a joy and an honor to have you here in the Joy family. Thank you again for deciding to hit the subscribe button and becoming a part of our Joy family here. And it's so great to have you here at our tea party, even though my tea is almost gone for the night. All right, let me keep moving on. Let me come back over here to this chat. All right, there we go. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving her love, Miss Annette, as she came in. Thank you guys for the birthday wishes from my mom. Oops, hit the wrong one. I will definitely let her know. And thank you, Doris. I agree. Thank you again to Margie and Wanda. And we'll celebrate them in just a little bit. And Miss Annette saying hi. If you guys will drop me some more emojis, I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Okay, let's keep going. What other tea do we have to spill? Oh, so that was our joy word. So again, remember, if you use the joy word in a sentence, in a comment after the live, that one sentence alone puts you in a running for 2 possible ways of getting in on a giveaway. So 1 for using the joy word and 2 just for leaving a comment. So yes, exciting, exciting. So again, energy was our joy word. And now it is time to chase our fun. The last time we were together, our Chasing the Fun was all about teaching us to love our body. And with that, we took on something, and it has kind of taken on a place of its own here in the Joyful House. So I'm going to ask you again to flood the chat with the correct answer to this question. What are you? What are you? The more times we tell ourselves this one particular word, the more our minds will begin to believe it. And we can begin to shut out all of the ugliness of the world that tries to tell us different. And so I'm just going to be bold enough to say that when you come over here, I don't want you just to find joy here, but I want you to see yourself and truly who you are. And you are a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful human being. And I pray that every morning you get up and say, I am beautiful. And before you go to sleep at night, that you end your day saying, I am beautiful, because you truly are. You have been made like no other person. You are your own intricate, different person. You are so unique, and you are beautiful. That's right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Miss Margie. Thank you. The more times we say it, we will begin to believe it. All right. This week, Annie wants us to chase our fun by, and I love this because this is something I'm actually changing up in my own life. And now that I am well, hopefully I'll get to start it this week. It was all intentional for me to start it last week, even though I didn't know this was coming. But I'm starting a new exercise program, and I'm very excited. And part of that, as many of you know, I have no feeling from the waist down. Even though I can walk, you can be mobile and not have feeling. But unfortunately, I also cannot feel 3/4 of my back. So I told Todd that I have decided that I want to step up my exercise regimen. So we have kind of been working and changing the craft room a little bit. So it's kind of a craft room, guest room, and a little bit of an exercise room. But here we go. Annie wants us to fall in love with exercise. And Dory from Finding Nemo says, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Here's what this day is not going to be: guilting, shaming, or shouldn't you about working out. I'm not going to prescribe you a number of times a week. I will not advise you on the types of exercise you should do. I will never tell you that you need to lose weight, because I am not that kind of friend. I will tell you taking good care of your body and doing things to stay healthy and strong is fun. When you move your body, you get better quality sleep. When you're well rested, you have more, here's our joy word, energy and increased focus. That means that you are able to get things done. And then you have more time, that ever elusive resource that we never find quite enough time for, and it's fun. For me, I would have to put fun and crocheting. But exercise itself can be fun too. I go through seasons when my favorite way to move my body is hiking at Radnor Lake. But she said during COVID, I did a whole couch to 5K program that got me motivated and moving in a different way from what I usually enjoy. I had fun researching the gear, following the plan, and trying new things to see how they impacted my running experience. Playing soccer is one of my favorite ways to exercise, partly for the competition, but partly because of the communal, and partly because it connects me to my younger self and some really great memories. But your fun exercise doesn't have to look like my fun exercise. So what kind of exercise sounds fun for you? Sometimes the only way to know the answer is just to try different things. Is group movement your thing? Try a Zumba or a hip hop dance class. If you have the coordination, she says, sadly, I do not. Are you competitive and love to be pushed? Well, maybe a spin class or a personal trainer might be a good choice. Do you have sports genes in you? Well, try a rec league or tennis or basketball or soccer. One of those might be your jam. Do you love to check things off a bucket list? Well, then create a bucket list of hiking trails or parks in your area to tackle. Falling in love with exercise is possible. Just let yourself try different things until you find what sounds fun to you. And when it sounds fun, then you're more likely to stick with it. And then it stops being a chore or a box to check and starts simply to be a part of fun for your life. So here is Annie's Chase the Fun challenge for us this week. Experiment with a new or different kind of activity of exercise and see if it's fun for you. So many of you know that a couple weeks ago, I asked Todd for a new watch, and I said I wanted it to be one that would calculate my steps. I want to try and aim for a goal, and once I meet that goal every day of a week, then I want to increase the goal. And to be honest with you, I want to do this to strengthen my body, to help improve my body, but also to build the muscles, because when I walk having dead weight, it literally feels like I'm carrying wet sandbags every time I walk. And now that a good portion of my back is numb as well and I can't feel it, it feels like there's just a heavy pound of wet, concrete on my back. So I know that movement helps a lot. It helps circulation. And as Annie said, it helps sleep. And so I may need help from somebody in the chat, because for the life of me, I cannot remember what this program is called. And I know they have it too. So it'll be up to them if they want to help me or not with it, because I don't want to put anybody on the spot. I can't remember. I want to say Body Groove, but I don't think that's it. It doesn't sound right. But the program that I'm starting, it's free movement, but it is done in an exercise regimen and you don't know it. It's a type of dance. But let me see if that person, because I know they know what I'm talking about. Let me see if they answer it. I love that. I'm a beautiful mess as well. We are all a mess, but we are all beautiful. I love you, Doris. Thank you for sharing that. Sonja says, yeah, for sure. I just have to watch my foot placement and on inclines and steps and have to go slowly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do the modifications that you have to. I still have to go up and down steps backwards. And, my family, I think now has gotten used to it. But for the onlooker, they probably just think I'm just the weirdest creature. But anyway, I love it, Doris. I love the emoji. But don't be afraid and don't be ashamed to make modifications. I want to say it's called Body Groove that I'm going to be doing. But a good friend of mine reminded me yesterday something else that I want to do to incorporate in my exercise. And it's a mental exercise. I don't want to just do physical. I want to do mental. And I want to start spending more time. Y'all know I love nature. I want to spend more time outside. You guys, we got to take care of ourselves. If we're going to make this long haul of this journey of life, we've got to take care of ourselves. And look, I'm not sitting up here with all the answers. I got a lot to learn myself. So let's do it together. And I'm so grateful for Annie coming and giving us these motivations week after week. Doris says, I love Zumba. I now need a less active one because of silly knees. Don't be afraid or ashamed to make those modifications. Just give yourself a thumbs up because you're moving. Dawn says, Doris, I love line dancing. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Dawn, because I actually have 2 line dancing DVDs as well. And you know what? I need to relearn some of those dances. I used to go line dancing every Friday night. As soon as the last student was out and the last parent was out of the schoolhouse, I would run home and get changed, and I would head over. This place was called Bubba and Bucks back then, and I'd head to Bubba and Bucks, and I'd eat my dinner there, and I would line dance until 11 o'clock at night, and then I'd head on home to see what my roommate was up to. And usually she was sleeping, waiting for me to come home. Thank you for that reminder, Dawn. Taffy says, I love hip hop and swing dancing. Grew up dancing every Saturday morning. We danced in front of the TV. American Bandstand. Oh my gosh, that's a blast from the past. I love it. I can't dance like I used to, but I try to build my stamina. Todd loves to dance, and so he's a much better dancer than I am, but I just make some just beautiful movements. That's what I do. But it is fun. It is fun. And you know what? We have some of our best laughs when we're just silly like that. So make it fun. Make it fun. It's not Zumba. I think it's called Body Groove. I'll tell you what, because I will ask you if you incorporated something in your life, new exercise wise. I'll make sure I bring one of her DVDs in here to show y'all. But they've been around for a long time. A long time. I bought mine probably 10 years ago. And they've been collecting dust on the shelf until now. Dora says, ooh, that sounds fun. Wanda says, I do believe that it is Body Groove. That's what it's sounding like. So I have several DVDs, but haven't started yet. Let's challenge each other, Wanda. Let's challenge each other. Sonja says, I go sideways up the steps. I love it. We're kindred spirits then. And pull myself up if there are rails. Yes, yes, yes. I have to go down steps sideways and up steps one at a time. And you know what? You move at your pace, because this is what I'd always tell Todd. I said, if you need to go ahead, go ahead. And of course he won't. And then he always says, don't worry. I said, I don't. Because you guys, if you'll remember, there was that point in my life for 2.5 years, I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair and didn't know if I'd ever get out of that. So I don't care what I look like when I walk. I don't care what I look like going up and down stairs, because I get to do it on my 2 legs. So I am proud of my gait, whatever it looks like. I'm proud of how I do things, whatever it looks like, because I get to do it on my own 2 legs. So I don't care what the rest of the world thinks. They're not in my daily life, and they're not in my struggles, and they're not in my victories. So be proud of where you're at. Mobility is getting worse and pain levels higher, but the joy of the Lord is my strength. I love that. The joy of the Lord is my strength. All right. Might have given you an apple for next week's poll of what it is not. The electric slide. Oh my gosh, Taffy. Oh my gosh, that's another blast from the past. I love it. And that's great movement too, right there. The hokey pokey. Go do the hokey pokey. Grab your kids or your grandkids and do the hokey pokey. All right, you guys. That is our Chasing the Fun. And I do have some folks that have sent in chasing their fun. So maybe it is Body Groove. Margie says, I think Body Groove is what you had mentioned to me at one time. Okay, then that must be what it is. That must be what it is. All right, let me get through the bottom of the chat here real quick, and then we're going to go look at some folks chasing their fun. And I appreciate them sending those pictures in and allowing me to make a little video for them. Hello, Nisi. Nugs. Welcome in. So good to see you. Nisi, let me know what's in your cup, and is there anything on your hook or a craft in your heart right now? And with that, I actually finished my cup of tea during our tea party. Thank you guys so much for loving on Nisi. I appreciate that. Bridget says, if I had someone to do a dance class or some dance exercise with, I'd do that for sure. Love to dance. Well, you know what? Maybe when we finally get to have our in-person play date, we can dance with the goats and Miss Penelope and just show them what crazy human beings we can be. And we can take a video and share it of us chasing our fun, as well as crocheting or spinning or whatever you will be doing that day during our time together. I cannot wait. I hope it is sooner than later. We've tried several times, you guys, and just due to different things, we've had to cancel, but hopefully that will come to fruition very, very soon, Bridget. Sonja says, I waddle around my hips to move. Me too. I have no grace, but I love doing it. I have to giggle when I see myself in a window. I love it. But you know what? Commend yourself. Commend yourself for doing it. Wanda says, if I'm carrying something, it's one step at a time, going up and coming down sideways one step at a time. Absolutely. And you know why it's easier that way, and why the balance is more supported. It's because of the different use of muscles, and it's the different muscles in our legs. You know, everybody thinks, oh, well, we've got the same muscles in our legs, but your front and back muscles, they actually work differently. And so at least that's what my therapist told me. So Taffy says the chicken dance. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. See, we already have so many different. Oh, we used to roller skate all the time too, Taffy. I wouldn't trust myself on roller skates now. And I know Mr. Joyful won't either. The last time he was on roller skates, the last time we took the youth group when we were youth ministers roller skating, he ended up hurting his knee very, very badly. He realized he was not as young as he once was. Sonja says, prayers for my sister-in-law. Oh, no. Yes, we will. You guys, please keep Sonja and her family in prayers as they have her sister-in-law's funeral tomorrow. There's my pen. And give me just a moment to write that down. Today is July 16th. We'll definitely keep you guys in our prayers, Sonja. Nisi says she's got water in her cup, and she says, I have a pattern that I am testing on my hook tonight. Well, fun. There you go, Miss Doris. There's our motivation. Love it. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Dawn, for those prayers for Sonja and her family. Thank you, Taffy. Thank you, Cate. Appreciate that. Oh, my gosh. Yes, Annette, the Macarena. Oh, my gosh. I've never done the Macarena, actually. I've only watched other people do it. Taffy said, roller skating. Heck no. I'd be the one rolling, right? Actually, I'll never forget. Gosh, it's probably been about 12 years ago. My sister got me to get on rollerblades. Thank goodness, all around the park, there was like this fence with like this braided whatever running from the top to the bottom. I hugged that fence. I had no grace, not on them rollerblades. So I let her rollerblade. I took the rollerblades off and I just walked. So fun times. Thank you guys so much for your prayers. And look at that. Even Nightbot is giving prayer. Love it. Okay. Let's go chase our fun with some of our Joy family and see what they sent in this week. And while I'm at it, since I forgot to load these in our video room, let me just show you our Joy for tonight. Oops, I did not need to put that up there. And I got to step out a minute just for you to see it. But here's some Joy. Well, what happened? Oh, there it is. And share over the week. Okay. The first person who is sharing their fun with us tonight is Miss Kim. And actually, before I show you her video, let me pull this up and let me just share with you. So she came out to her car from work one day and found a hawk feather on the top of her car. And she shared this with me. Finding a hawk feather is a powerful spiritual sign symbolizing vision, protection, courage, and guidance from the universe. Finding a hawk feather is often considered a meaningful event, interpreted as a message from the spiritual realm or a nudge from the universe to pay attention to your life and surroundings. Hawks are known for their keen eyesight and ability to soar high, and their feathers carry these qualities, symbolizing clarity, perspective, and heightened awareness. A hawk feather encourages you to look at your life from a higher perspective. It reminds you to notice subtle signs, focus on your goals, and I love this, trust your instincts when making decisions. Hawks are fierce and protective. Finding a feather may indicate that you are being watched over or guided by spiritual forces, angels, or the spirits of loved ones. Hawks face challenges with bravery. The feather symbolizes inner strength, resilience, and the courage to overcome obstacles, urging you to trust your own power. Hawks are independent and intelligent. A feather may remind you to maintain autonomy, avoid over-reliance on others, and stay focused on your personal mission or spiritual path. In many traditions, hawks are seen as messengers of the divine. The feather can be assigned to listen to your own intuition, seek guidance from higher powers, and embrace your spiritual growth. Different types of hawk feathers, such as the red-tailed hawk feather, may carry additional meanings, including power, courage, and warnings of potential challenges that may be ahead. In Native American culture, hawk feathers are sacred tools used in rituals for purification, protection, and spiritual insight. Overall, finding a hawk feather is considered a symbolic invitation to elevate your awareness, embrace your inner strength, and pursue your goals with clarity and purpose. It serves as a reminder that you are supported spiritually and encouraged to navigate life with a focus, with courage, and with independence. So here is her video to share with you. Thank you so much, Kim, for sharing that with us. All right, the next person that's going to share their fun with us is Miss Candi, and she sent in some ways that she found joy one day while at work. Looks like I need to go shopping at the Dollar Tree. Thank you, Candi, for sharing. Next is Miss Sonja, and she shared some ways that she found joy right around her home and in a little bit of hard work, bringing a lot of reward. Here we go. I would love to be a guest on Miss Sonja's porch. What a great view she gets to see all the time. And we have one more person who has sent in chasing their fun this week, and it is Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda, those pictures make my heart smile. Those are the little ducky birds that Todd and I sent her. If you'll remember back when we shared chasing our fun on one of our dates, and we got to go to Tractor Supply and see all the little baby, well, they weren't any ducks there that day. They just had baby chicks there. But we had found those and seen those and had shown y'all those in the video. And Todd went back and got some, and we got them sent out to Miss Wanda. All right. Let me share with you a couple more things, but first thing is well, there hasn't been anything really on my hook in a long time. I got to crochet just a little bit during my time off from the channel, but it was one afternoon. It was about maybe 3.5 hours, and that was it. So until the watch party tonight, I have really not crocheted a lot over the last 2 weeks, and let me tell you what, I am ready to get that hook back in my hand. But since the last time we were together, I have finished a couple things. You can see the Joy sweater on the mannequin. That is the one that I did in the plus size. So now that I'm better, I'm finishing up all the final details, and I'm hoping sometime next week to get the patterns into the hands of those that have agreed to test the kiddo sizes and the adult size for me. I'm still kind of looking for one more person to do one of the adult size sweater. They go anywhere from a small to a 5X, but if anyone is willing to do that, let me know. But I'm hoping to get all of those out next week. So that is off the hook and finished. That was one of my Crafts of the Heart craft project number 5. Craft project number 6 has probably been my all-time favorite Crafts of the Heart project. And y'all know what it is. Y'all, this gorilla, excuse me, it's not a monkey, it is a gorilla. Oh my gosh. Everybody should have this kind of joy in their house. They really should. But here is Mayanji. I will be starting Matondo this week. Her son, her little boy. But this is her, you guys. And her legs are done, so she can stand. And they can move so that she can sit as well. And same thing with her arms. Her arms can go all the way back and forth, up and down. So anyway, but she turned out so great. She's big. She's heavy, you guys. It literally feels like I'm holding a toddler. So, but anyway, this has been probably the best and funnest project I have made probably in the last year, but definitely out of all my Crafts of the Heart project, this has definitely been my most rewarding and most fun. So took me out of my comfort zone a little bit. I'd never crocheted with fox fur like this. I've just put it one row around a baby blanket. But anyway, so proud of how she came out. But I do have to try and set her over here so that I can reach the other stuff. There you go. Make sure you're on the chair there, Miss Mayanji. I don't want you falling over. There we go. There we go. All right. That is all the finished objects on my hook at the moment. This is a project. It is by Petra from Cuddly Stitches. It was her mystery make-along last month, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do it when she was doing it, but I am doing it. I am making 3 of them. 2 will be just regular ducks, and one will be a mallard duck. That's all I'm going to say, because there is a special friend that I am making one of the ducks and the mallard duck for. And then I'm going to make a duck, and it will be given away to one of you here in the Joy family. But so far, this is what I've got going on the first duck that I'm working on. I haven't started any of the others as far as body goes. But as you can see, I've got the face done. I still got the little feathers to put up here, but I've got the wings done, and I'm in the process of making the little body. But anyway, so that is on my hook. In that project, I also have completed the wings for the other duck and the wings for the mallard duck. So I have those completed. And then I have these are so cute. I have the feet for the two ducks done. And I have the feet for the mallard duck done. So, and then I don't see the second one, but it's on this tray somewhere. But I've got the little beaks. Oh, no, I do only have one, because the beak on the mallard duck is different. So I have one beak done for the other duck. So I will continue to share the progress of this at every tea party until they are done. But that's fun. Okay. If you will remember, I shared this with you. Love these. This is the stands from Bree from Breezy's Crafty Creations. And this was my original one. And you guys, I have not put everybody's information in the information box, but I will. Anyone that has sent happy mail, that has shared Chasing Their Fun, sent pictures in the video we're fixing to watch of the community makes, I will get everybody's information in there after the live. One drop. I'm going to start this. I'm going to have to make some more. But anyway, so this was my original one. And there's the butterflies. They're the same. This was the new one that the boys bought me for my birthday. Y'all, isn't that gorgeous? And look at the butterfly. I do not have the original dowel rod, but if you'll remember, the last time I shared it, I wasn't kind of crazy about the dowel rod. So her husband, God bless him, took some time and he came up with something different. So this is the original. And I'm taking time to share this because, one, I love these stands, and I do have a goal to eventually own 2 more. They're $60 plus your shipping, but or that might have included the shipping. I can't remember, but anyway, this is the original, and this is made from a 3D printer. Is how he made the plastic piece that goes on that and inside. And they said that they had, you know, a lot of people that said that they kept breaking on them. And so he tried to come up with something different, and it was just a screw out the end of the dowel rod. And I wasn't crazy about that, especially when I take this traveling. I didn't want to be in a moving vehicle and have to change my yarn out. So I was honest and shared my thoughts with them. And what he came up with, you guys, I am so impressed. It is so brilliant and such a, I mean, he's talented. Am I turning the wrong one? Oh, yeah, I was. That was my bad. That was not on him. Look at this, you guys. He did it. He did it by hand. That is grooved by hand. This is all grooved by hand. So now I just have to start figuring if the next two down the road over the next year, it'll probably take me a year to be able to get both of them. I'm aiming to get another one around Christmas time. That's what I've told my kiddos I want for Christmas is another one, because I have at least 4 projects going on in the Joyful House every week. 2 with the Joy Team and 1 with Crafts of the Heart and 1 for fun. So there's at least a minimum of 4 projects going on in the Joyful House. But I just got to decide, do I want the others to have joy? And I think I do, because, when my time in this world is up, I want them to be able to be gifted, and I want whoever receives them, that'll be up to Todd to decide. But I know that was a little morbid, but I'm just being honest. I want to be able to give them that legacy of joy. So anyway, I love it. Thank you so much, Bree, and thank you to her husband. And if that wasn't enough, y'all, Bree sent me another little gift when they sent the dowel rod, and I love this. I would love to have the pattern to this. It looks kind of like a mile a minute dishcloth, but she sent me a dishcloth, and look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. But I'm not thinking about using it as a dishcloth. I think I'm going to use it as a doily. But I absolutely love it. And this may be a future poll, but I love anything that has the America colors. I love red, white, and blue things. I love patriotic things. So she was spot on with that. So again, a big shout out to Bree and her husband. And thank you, Bree, for my dishcloth doily. So I love it. I love it. The next thing I want to share with you is something else that one of my kiddos, my youngest son, got me for my birthday. And he's like, I hope you kind of will do these things. You did the gorilla. He said, but he got it because it had the word joy on it. What he didn't know was this was actually in my wish list. So my kid did good, you guys. But look at this. It is called Crochet Patterns. And if you see right here, it says Joys and Clothes. But oh my gosh, look at the little monkey and the bunny. I've always wanted to make a bunny, and well, I think this is the perfect bunny. So this will be a little sun bunny. And of course, when I do make that, I hope that eventually it will end up in one of your homes. So, and somewhere I will incorporate the word joy on her. I made a teddy bear for a friend one time, and I put the word joy on the bottom of the teddy bear shoes. So I don't know, but somewhere I'll have joy on the bunny, but I do plan on making that and gifting it. So, but this is by Pelushka Bunny, Maria Ermolova. Y'all know I love to say names correctly, but I do a poor job at it. But anyway, but it's a cute little book. So I'm glad it had the word joy on it. He definitely filled my heart with joy. All right, let me just check on the chat. You know what? I'm going to scroll through the chat because it shows I've got 59 new comments. While I'm doing that, let me show you the video of all of our community makes. Welcome to this jolly old joyful day. No. Welcome to this joyful day in the joyful house. Welcome to this joyful day in the joyful house. Welcome to this jolly old joyful day. Welcome to the joyful house. Be joyful and welcome to the joyful house. Oh, what the heck. I do know y'all are beautiful. Oh, welcome to the joyful house. That's what I normally say. Yes. Welcome. Let's have a joyful time as we gather together in the joyful house today. There we go. I like that even better. Hello, Joy family. Welcome to this joyful day here in the joyful house, and welcome to Once Upon a Storybook. Today we are continuing the Anne of Green Gables book series, and something exciting happens today. We get to start book number 6 of the series, Anne of Ingleside. So if you will, sit back, grab a project, and let's enjoy chapters 1 and 2. Chapter 1 is Anne of Ingleside, and chapter 2 does not have a title. Okay, so I guess we have just the name of the book and no chapter titles in this one. So just chapter 1 and 2 works for me. Hello, and
hey, beautiful, you've got a text message.
Of course. Just as I get ready to start. All right, made me some more drink during that. Okay, I have a couple things I want to comment on from the chat, but first, let's talk about the video we just saw. So let me go start with those comments first. And I believe Wanda was the first one, yes. And she said, Angela, your daughter is beautiful. Amen. And so is that sweater. I completely agree. And you can see Cate loved that sweater. Angela, you did an amazing job. Yes, Wanda. Bridget does an amazing job on those fairies. They are just all so wonderfully made. Like can you imagine all the tight little crochet and stuff? But oh my gosh, just pure beauty. They light up a room. They surely do. They are, Margie. They are. And Suzanne says, wow. And Wanda said, great work, Candi. Isn't that cool? And y'all, she was using cotton yarn. You know, our girlfriend does not like cotton yarn, and she used cotton yarn. I'm so proud of her. Thank you so much, Margie. She did do an awesome job. And I know that is the blanket that Samantha has been working on for her niece, and she did a great job, and her niece is going to love that blanket. There's Samantha there saying hello to Suzanne. Thank you so much, Margie. Samantha did do a great job. Jen, everyone did a great job. I agree. Thank you so much, Margie. And Tasha's monkey, right? And the zombie cat or whatever, she made for her husband. So I love that. I love it when our family appreciates our makes. So, and Sonja says, good night, all nugs and sweet dreams. Well, good night, Sonja. Thank you so much for being here. All right. For everyone else, with what I've got left on the agenda, we got probably about 10 more minutes and we're going to wrap it up. All right. Wanda said, love the sweater and gorilla, Cynthia. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for loving Sonja out. All right. Angel says, I had to make the sweater longer. Did you? Well, you can tell she loved it, Angela. And so that's all that counts. That smile on her face says it all. So going back up in the chat real quick, I want to say thank you to everyone that lifted up prayers for Sonja and her family. Continue to remember them tomorrow, because I'm sure that is going to be a very, very hard day. And Sonja mentioned about Candi finding all the joy around her work. And I agree. That was really, really great. And Dora shared something with us, so I wanted to make sure that this was seen and heard. She said, I dislocated my kneecap at 14 when she went roller skating. And so she has not roller skated after quite a few years of not, or she says, when she was 14 when she went, and she said ahead and roller skated after quite a few years not doing it. So I imagine it would be difficult now if we hadn't done it in a while, and getting back on skates for sure. All right. There was something else. Oh yeah, Sonja pointed out about Wanda's baby birds. I know that had to have been so exciting to watch, and she's been sharing pictures of the babies with us all along, and now they have flown the coop, so they're off to a brand new adventure. Laura, welcome in, welcome in. So glad you were able to make it, and hope that your afternoon you got answers that you needed and everything went well. And maybe you've got some new spectacles. Thank you guys so much for loving her in, by the way. And then Taffy said something that prompted me to reach across my desk and grab something. But she says her joy and relaxation is painting rocks to hide in places outside for people to find them. And I think that is a great, great talent, Taffy, and a great craft to do. Kim from Southern Winter made two that I have here in the Joyful House. And this is them. And it says, choose kindness. And then this one says, have faith. This too shall pass. And then she has a little sticker on the back of them. And they're painted. These are painted in a silver sparkly paint. And it says, please post picture to Facebook at Found Painted Rocks and tag Instagram. And it says where. But anyway, it says, then keep or re-hide. So these are two that I have from Kim. And then the last time Mr. Joyful and I went to the cabin, she gave us some to hide around the lake. And so eventually I'd like to make some myself and take them every time we go on vacation like that. And then I have one that Megan, that used to date my son Andrew, had made for Todd and I a long time ago. And it normally rides in my car. But since Jonathan had to borrow my car, I took it out, and it has not made it back, which is great because he's coming to pick the car up again tomorrow. But it says Cynthia plus Todd together forever, and it's got hearts on it. So thank you for bringing that up, Taffy. That is definitely a joyful craft to do that will benefit others and just lift their spirits. So thank you guys for all the comments you made about Mayanji and the sweater. I do appreciate that. And then Terry said, oh, wait, I think there was one more. Yes. Tiffany said, I'm making a shark for Shark Week by the same person that has the ducks. She's talking about cuddly stitches that I'm making the ducks from. So can't wait to see that shark, Tiffany. And Wanda said she loved her duckies. And then Terry said that she did shark blankets and mermaids as Christmas gifts. I know those were fun and a delight. And then Sonja was mentioning the dishcloth by Brie, that it reminds her of a Mile Minute blanket, and it does. It does. But I'm going to try and figure out that pattern because it is beautiful. And I would love to make a Mile Minute blanket with that pattern. And just each panel, wouldn't that be a pretty bookmark? I think it would be a pretty bookmark. So a couple comments on the book. All right. And I think I'm back up to where I had left off. Dora says, I love painting rocks and hiding them too. Nice. That makes my heart smile. Mr. Joyful, are you okay?
Oh, sorry.
All right. I've asked Mr. Joyful to come in. We have, as many of you know, his birthday is July 1st and my birthday is tomorrow. So we have 3 sets of cards to open from Samantha and Cate and Tiffany. So we decided to hang on to these. I let them know that we were going to hang on to them and share them with each of you. So these are from Samantha. So we're going to go ahead and open them. Yes, thank you, Samantha.
I like this little stamp.
And so these are considered a happy mail. So each of these individuals will be going on the happy mail wheel in case that is where a future giveaway comes from. They will be on there and their name will stay on there until the end of the year. This is a homemade card and I love it. Wow. Let me show you. Isn't that pretty? And if I'm correct, I think Samantha and her mom made these. Samantha, if you're still here, did you and your mom make these cards? I think y'all make these together, if I remember correctly. But you'll get to see something tomorrow night at movie night, Samantha. Oh, she'll be up. I'll have to take a picture and send it to you because I think you're going to camp. She says, birthday and eat a lot of cake on your special day. Nugs and joy, Samantha. I love it. I love it. I asked 2 sweet things for my birthday. I asked for cantaloupe and I asked for, oh my gosh, it just left my head. What did I ask for? I'm trying to say crepe and I know that's not it.
He wants to Epicurean.
I see it. I know what it is. It's exactly what I want. Yes. I asked for 2 little eclairs. And so Todd did that and then some. He bought me some cantaloupe, watermelon, and 2 eclairs. So anyway. Margie says, happy belated birthday, Mr. Joyful.
Thank y'all.
All right. You going to share your card?
No, mine.
It's yours. Oh, wow. That is pretty.
That's pretty, yeah.
Here's to another year of growth. What a great job. Oh, look at the back even. That is cool. Let me show it this way.
Painted wood, yeah.
Isn't that cool? Look at that.
It's beautiful.
She says, happy 56th birthday, Todd. Are you 56?
Yeah. I forgot myself.
So that means I'll be 57 tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Happy 56th birthday, Todd. I hope you have a wonderful birthday and I hope you eat a lot of cake on your special day and lots of sweets as well. I love you. Oh, nugs and joy, Samantha. I love that. Oh, we will treasure these.
Yes.
We will treasure these. Thank you so much, Samantha.
You know, I almost put this in a frame.
I know. Well, I'm probably going to put mine in my Bible. Oops. I moved my armrest. I almost fell out the chair. Okay. This next card is from Miss Cate. Thank you, Miss Cate. Oh, I love the back of it already. It says Heartline. Each birthday begins a year of new beginnings. Oh, I love that, Cate. New possibilities, new dreams coming true. Oh, and look. So pretty. It's nature. Cynthia, wishing you all the promise, all the satisfaction, and all the happiness the year ahead can bring. Love you, Cate. Oh, love you, my friend.
Todd, here's to you on your birthday.
You have to speak up.
Here's to you on your birthday. Hope the good times keep on coming because you deserve the absolutely best. You got nature, I got food.
He said, you got nature, I got food. That's a pretty card.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much, Cate. Those are pretty. All right. And then we have one more, and this is from Tiffany.
Oh, cute.
Ooh, I see some fun colors. Aww. That's how I sign my emails. I love it. Birthdays are reminders of the goodness of God, wrapped up in the gift of someone special. Amen to that. Celebrating you and all the really good things you bring to life. Blessings on your birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Cynthia. We love you, Tiffany, Dion, and Elijah. And she drew a butterfly. Isn't that pretty? Tiffany, you're a good little artist there. Okay, I think I can share this. She says, Miss Cynthia, thank you for everything that you do on and away from your channel. It has been my pleasure to be a part of so much for as long as I have. I look forward to the future adventures to come. I hope this birthday brings so much happiness to you. Oh, my heart is just full of warmth. Thank you, Tiffany. Oh, what fun. Birthday, birth week, birth month. It's missing one thing, Tiffany. He would have birth year. Oh, hope your celebration is big enough. Okay, you know him. You definitely know him.
That's my word, too.
That is his word. His word is awesome. Awesomeness. Hope your celebration is big enough to hold all the awesomeness of you. Oh my goodness. The room just got bigger for him and smaller for me. Nah, he's a great guy. Happy birthday, Mr. Y'all see what the room's really full of. Nah. Happy birthday, Mr. Joyful. Love, Tiffany, Dion, and Elijah. And of course, we know him on the channel as Uriel. Mr. Joyful, thank you for bringing so many smiles and plenty of fun laughter to the lives and videos. It has been a real joy getting to know you. I hope you have the best birthday ever. Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. We really appreciate that so much. Cool. All right. What else? What else? What else do we have? Let's see. Oh, yes. I started to do this earlier, but there was just so much to get through tonight. So I did kind of hold off, but if you're still here, because it's still new in this format, but, oh, I see we're not in the tea room. We're still over in the party room. That's why. That's why. We got something going on. Well, you know what that means. It's time to give a giveaway. And so the giveaway this week was chosen to come from none other than a chatter wheel. Oops, hang on. Wrong wheel up there. That's the wheels, but that's the wrong wheel. Let's get to the right wheel. Mr. Joyful, can you bring me the Choose Joy box, please? And if you'll go ahead and switch this out with the prizes. There it is. There's the right wheel. So if you chat ever on any of the lives during a week, then when you get recognized on Saturdays on the chatter wheel, you never know when that might get you on a giveaway wheel. So tonight we're going to pick somebody from this chatter wheel.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I am just parched.
The Choose Joy house.
Choose Joy house. All right. So let's take a look at who is on this wheel. We have Margie, Roseanne Alexander, Christy from Yarn Barf, Wanda. Wanda is on there twice. That means she got on there twice because she was either in first, second, or third place. So that earned her an extra entry. We have Annette, Candi, Izzy, Vicky Oodles, Stephanie, Tiffany, Mateo, Mr. Joyful, Cate, Margie. Oh, Margie's on there twice because that means more than likely Margie was in first place. And there should be, it is Mr. Joyful. So I can't remember. It was either Margie or Mr. Joyful in first place. Y'all know how those two are on Friday nights. Okay. They're going to be first and second place. And so I think Wanda was third place when this chatter wheel came from. All right. So back, Miss Margie was on there again. Let me just put these in order. That makes it easier. Alicia, Angela, that would be Angela W, by the way. Annette, Candi, Cate, Christy, Dawn, P, Izzy, Jen, Cate, Kim, Latanya, Laura. There's Miss Margie twice, first or second place. Mateo, Mr. Joyful, first or second place. Roseanne, Samantha, Stephanie, Suzanne, Tiffany, Vicky, and Wanda was in third place, and Zach. So those are the names that are on that wheel. Again, there's so many different ways you can end up in a giveaway. The biggest thing is answering and commenting on community post in a comment section on a live or video, in the chat, being here. So many different ways. All right. Good luck, everyone. Here we go. Let's see who our winner is. I like that music. I know y'all can't hear the music, but it does play music. Dance, Mr. Joyful, dance. All right. That is Izzy. So if you guys see her, let her know, because I have not seen her here tonight, that she is the winner, and she will have until next Thursday to get in touch with me. So if I don't hear from her, then we will spin again next week. So we'll keep that wheel fresh and current. All right. So if you see our Shalom friend anywhere, be sure and let her know that she was a winner. All right. Well, Mr. Joyful, you can put that back. And I think that wraps us up, you guys. I know there's always so much the first night back after the week off. But I think that wraps us up for Tea Party number 38. So let me go over here. And again, I want to say thank you to Wanda and thank you to Margie for the memberships that they gifted tonight. And so if you will, give me just a moment to personally thank these ladies for their generous gift. Thank you so much, Margie. Thank you so much, Wanda. Appreciate you building up our Joy team and allowing others to join in and share that fun. All right. Anybody have anything else they want to share before we head on out? This Izzy, I think it's not the crochet queen, Dawn. Oh, did she change her name? Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right, Terry. You are so right. Lacey is the one that says shalom. So you are correct. Y'all are correct, Dawn and Terry. You're right. She is now the crochet queen. That is so correct. Okay. Is she out of the hospital yet? Thank you, Jen. Y'all were right. Y'all were right. I know Izzy had been in the hospital. I do not have any contact information for her. I just met her maybe 2 weeks ago. So definitely, if you guys know how to get in touch with her, let her know. And I'll try to go pull up her channel and see if I can, because I don't know if she's out of the hospital. She had been in the hospital the week before I took my break. Oh, is it? I thought Vicky Oodles Izzy, she's a young girl. That's her granddaughter. Because she's 16. And the reason I know that her Izzy is young like that is because one night movie night we had a guy show up and start hitting on her. And I had to block him. So that's not Vicky Oodles Izzy. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll hear from her and find out what she chooses. If not, then we'll draw a new person next week. All right. Thank you guys so much. Jen says, yeah, no, not the same. She says, okay, Izzy was using her phone. Yes, Terry, that's her young granddaughter. She's still in high school. I don't know much, Terry, but I do know that. And the only reason I know that is because, like I said, that gentleman was hitting on her in a movie night one night, and we had to block him. I have everyone enjoyed being in your live tonight, says Angela. Stay safe. Yes, stay safe, everyone. Prayers for everyone that needs them. Absolutely. And we've got a lot of folks that were here tonight that weren't feeling well. So keep them in your prayers. And again, remember to keep Sonja's family in your prayers as well as they lay her sister-in-law to rest tomorrow. All right. If you're not busy, come join me tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Bible chats, and tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for movie night. All right. See you guys later. Be joyful. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations. Be the joy in everything you do. And remember, you guys, live your joy. You only got one life, so live it. All right. I love you guys so much. Bye. Nugs and joy. And thank you so much for our birthday cards.
Yes. Thank y'all.